Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the San Francisco Giants. And I got a little out over my skis. I got a little ahead of myself, cart in front of the horse, whatever you want to call it. But when we ended in July, I was like, yeah, we got a good lead in the division. We're going to be in good shape. I'm going to cruise right up to the end of the regular season. And, I'll come back if we're battling for the number one seed. And we got 2 weeks left in the season, and we're not in first place anymore. The San Diego Padres have caught up with us and passed us. We were 14-14. We were a 500 team in August. We've been 8-11 here in September, so 22-26 in our last 48 games. San Diego, on the other hand, 17-11 in August, 13-5. They're 30-16 in their last 46. So we have fallen out of first place here in the NL West. We've been there all season long. Offense has struggled recently. Pitching staff continues to be fine. Just take a quick look at everything. Luis Matos has tailed off a bit, but ultimately still a really good season for Luis at the top of the lineup. Excuse me. Nolan Jones having a good first full season for us. Yeah, I mean, we're getting some good performances out of some players that we wanted. Matos, Jones, Carlson, Guerrero have all had good seasons for us. Royce Lewis has been okay since joining our team, 744 OPS, still struggling defensively. And I think that might be part of this. I think we might just not be as good defensively, which I think is hurting us. Although, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, because Luciano was bad at second base. Lewis has been bad at second base. So we're replacing one bad second baseman with another, but, who really knows? So, I mean, offensively, things are looking okay. Better than what we've seen in past seasons. Even Marco Luciano, who's put up negative .6 WAR this season and has a 79 OPS plus, is on pace to drive in 80 runs. So, I mean, it hasn't been all bad. Pitching-wise, it's been mostly good. Webb and Harrison continue to be just fantastic at the top of our rotation. Harrison second, I think, right now in the ERA and earned run average, or second in the league in earned run average. Logan Webb, 14 wins, already over 200 innings pitched. Jesus Luzardo has been a nice addition, 3.89 ERA. Yeah, and he's pretty much leveled off, right? The FIP and the ERA are almost identical. Griffin Canning has been a really nice pickup. That fifth starter spot has struggled since we moved on from Keaton Wynn. But again, assuming we make the postseason, that shouldn't be an issue. Bummer, Miller, and Puck have all been varying levels of good in the bullpen. Puck has gotten a little bit unlucky. Look at that BABIP's incredibly high. But all in all, not terrible. We've just hit a rough patch. I mean, it hasn't been a great month, and the Padres have played really, really good. So we're going to go ahead and see where we finish off the month. We've got Dodgers, Colorado, Pittsburgh, Colorado. So we have 4 teams that are over 500. We've got the Dodgers at 80-69. We got Colorado twice, and we have Pittsburgh. The Padres, on the other hand, have got the Yankees, the White Sox, the Dodgers, and the Pirates. They got the Dodgers and the Pirates, just like we do, but they also have the Yankees and the White Sox, 2 last-place teams. Now, my guess is we don't win the division. We will see how it goes. Let's get to a simming game 1 at home against the Dodgers. Eventually. It's a 4-0 win, so that's a good start. Luciano with a double and 2 RBIs. Harrison gives us 6 shutout. Game 2 now against the Dodgers. It's an 8-3 loss. And game 3 against the Dodgers is a 7-6 win. We're a game and a half out, so they just keep winning. So we got up 7-4 and held on. We get 3 hits, 4 RBIs from Royce Lewis, Dylan Carlson. Lewis homers twice. Carlson has 2 hits and an RBI. Win to Pivetta. He blows the save. Miller blows the save, gets the win. So we've clinched the playoffs. So, I mean, at least we're going to make it into the postseason. That's a good thing. Obviously, we want more than that. But, all right, so we have 3 games in Colorado now. Game 1. It's a 3-2 win. And again, as soon as you guys come back and I start doing this live, the team starts playing a little better. So Lee and Guerrero each with 3 hits. Carlson a couple of RBIs. Webb picks up his 15th. Game 2 in Colorado. 4-2 win. Yeah, I came back and you guys, we've won 4 out of 5 now. So I'll take that. Lewis is his 10th home run of the year since joining the team. Yeah, so that OPS up to 792. Fielding is still, the zone rating is bad, but I'm hoping that gets better with some practice in the offseason. We are going to work on his defense. Harrison picks up his 14th. Final game against Colorado. 4-2 loss. We're a game out of first. All right. So we got Pittsburgh now for 3. First game, or the last game of September, is a 5-3 loss. We're a game and a half out. Anything of note here? Trevino's blocking, or his defense gets a little worse. Bummer gets a little worse. Batter of the month in the AL is Kyle Seager. In the NL, Juan Soto. Pitcher of the month in the AL, Joan Duran. And in the NL, Jose Quintana. Rookie of the month in the AL, Christian Hernandez. And J.R. Ritchie in the National League. So we're a game and a half out, and we've got, 5 games left? 157, you have 5 games left. All right. I would still love to win the division, avoid that first round, avoid the wild card. There's a 4-0 win. We're a half game out now. Vlad 3 for 3. It's his 28th home run of the year. Carlson hits his 17th. Logan Webb goes the distance. All right, game 3 against Pittsburgh. It's a 4-2 win. We're now tied for first. Matos 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Lewis with another home run is 12th. Harrison goes 7. He's 15 and 11. So we got 3 against Colorado, and they have 3 against the Dodgers? Pittsburgh. Okay. So they're taking on the team we just played. All right, let's go here. Is this how we want to look at it? No. Guess we can do it here. I want to do it here, I think. Yeah. So 94 and 65. Our first game against Colorado is a 3-2 win. We're still tied. They hold serve, and they beat the Pirates. We get 2 hits from Lee, 2 hits from Matos. Canning goes 5 1/3. All right. Game 2 against Colorado is a loss, but they lose as well. So here we go. Final game of the season. Who do we have on the mound? I don't know who we have on the mound. It's Luzardo. Okay. All right. I can deal with that. All right. Here we go. Final game of the season is a 6-2 win. It means we get at least a tie, so we'll see how San Diego did. But we get 3 hits from Jung-Hoo Lee. Lee and Jones both homer. Luzardo gives us 6. And, does that mean we're going to have – I think we're going to have another game we got to play, right? We're going to have a 1-game playoff against San Diego to see who wins the NL West. Or are they just – no, are they just going to send us into – yeah, I think we're just going to get the bye because we finished with the same record, but we had a better I'm assuming it's better head-to-head. All right, cool. Well, that works for me. Time to set the playoff roster. Anybody not on the roster that should be? I don't think I need Boyd on the roster. Mason Black there. Yeah, we'll leave Mason Black, I guess. Go the 4-man rotation. Miller, 8th or later. Bummer, Black. Yeah, I want Miller to come in earlier. I don't know that I trust Pivetta in like a stopper type role. and I want my starters going as deep into games as possible. So I think we're just going to kind of leave it the way we had it, but maybe have Mason Miller come in 8th plus. And from a lineup perspective, we're going to change these to never. Or do we go with Manzardo for the postseason? I think that's an option. I think we might go with Manzardo for the offseason. Any defensive subs that we want to make? Not really. Do we go Manzardo? How are his splits against righties? 260. I mean, he put up an 808 OPS against lefties. Luciano. Hit a $190. Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to do this. Make Luciano maybe our top pinch hitter. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. And then we'll stick with Luciano against lefties. And then the problem is most of our pinch hitters are lefties. So I think we go with something like that. All right, so let's get to just sim ahead a couple of days. We're going to be playing either the Braves or the Padres. So it's the A's and the Rays in one, the Sox and the Guardians in the other, Dodgers, Brewers, Braves, Padres. Braves take a 1-0 lead. A's, the Oakland A's, really? 84 and 78 for Oakland. Corey Rozier having a pretty good season at top of the lineup. Zach Jaloff. How'd they do it? I don't know how they did it. They were bad offensively and they were average pitching, but they made the postseason, so good for them. Got to root for the A's. Now in the National League, Braves and Padres tied at 1, Dodgers and Brewers. So it's going to be the Red Sox and the Orioles, the A's and the Mariners. So we're taking on the Padres. The Padres finished with the same record as us. They had the second best pitching staff. We had the best pitching staff. They were better offensively than us. Usa Go, they made him a starter. A good season for him as a starter. We have a better pitching staff. I mean, that's just the reality of it. But I don't know if that's going to matter. Musgrove had a good season. Dylan Lesko, not bad. Severino was okay. And then Go, and they've got Yuki Matsui as their closer. We know their offense. Graham Pauley came out of nowhere for them. Merrill, Machado, Tatis, Bogarts. Xander's the DH for them now, and he's, 3 years into this contract? Yeah, still has 8 years left. All right, well, here we go. Kyle Harrison is going to get the start in game 1, and it goes to the Giants. We win 2-1. I expect some low-scoring games. We were down 1-0. We scored 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. Artega with an RBI, Lee with an RBI. Harrison gave us 5 2/3. Our bullpen did their part. So we win game 1. Game 2 will be Dylan Lesko and Logan Webb. Series is tied at 1. They beat us 3-2. Jones with a home run. Trevino with an RBI. Webb went 8 2/3 innings, giving up 2 earned runs. Not enough. All right, game 3. Luis Severino against Jesus Luzardo. We win 5-0. We get 3 RBIs from Manzardo, a home run from Trevino, and then 7 shutout from Luzardo. Game 4, Griffin Canning against Woo Suk Go. Series is tied at 2. They beat us 7-3. Vlad with a home run. Canning doesn't make it through 6. All right, so it's going to be Kyle Harrison against Musgrove in Game 7 or Game 5, I guess, at home. Ooh, Tatis is hurt. Oh, I can't say I'm upset there. We got international amateurs, so we're going to pause. We're going to do this really quickly. Wow. Change-up, sinker, splitter, knuckle curve. I think this is the guy we end up going after. He's also an extreme ground ball pitcher. It's a reliever. So those three guys up there. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why it does that. It makes you go into it, then back out, and then back in. Luis Aguilera, that's an elite offensive bat. Has a low work ethic. I don't like the low work ethic. We got a high work ethic third baseman. High work ethic second baseman. High adaptability is terrible defensively, but go with Castro. I like the power eye combination. All right, well, we got Game 5 coming up. It'll be Joe Musgrove against Kyle Harrison at home. And we lose. We lose 7-6. All right. Well, that's no good. Lewis has a couple of hits, couple RBIs, and what was Harrison's worst start in probably a month, at least. Yeah, he hadn't given up 4 runs in a game since July. It's almost 3 months. 4 earned runs, I guess. Well, that stinks. All right. Well, at least we made the playoffs, so it's a start. Let's go ahead and sim until the playoffs end, I guess. Mariners sweep the A's. Orioles sweep the Red Sox. So it's the Padres, the Mets, the Mariners, and the Orioles. Orioles and Mariners are tied. Orioles are up 3-2. Padres are up 3-2. It's the Mariners and the Padres in the World Series. Let's go Mariners. Padres are up 2-1. Padres are up 3-1. And the Padres. All right, so at least we lost to the eventual World Series champions. Still not great. We were up 2-1. We lost Game 4 and Game 5. I am an OOTP genius, just FYI. All right. What do we need to do? Oh, we need to do our development lab. But before we do that, let's come in here and a new budget of around $160 million. So we don't have any money right now, but I think we will. I really want to start increasing scouting and development. But we're going to have to wait till we get to the offseason to do that, I think. All right. Staff member retires our pitching coach, so we need a new pitching coach. Find somebody who gets along well with our players. Looking for somebody who has a good here, or at least all of the pitchers in the good or excellent range. Huh. This guy I just looked at. Well, this is not great. It's just average. Yeah, I mean, like, Bosio wouldn't have been a bad option. All these guys are just average. It doesn't help me. Yeah, I mean, you've got good relationships with almost everybody. Pavetta's probably gone. Aird is probably gone. Canning is not gone. So I don't really want to make that move. This guy just looked at you. Huh. All right, well, let's, I guess, just make sure we don't have anybody who has bad relationships. I guess who was it? It was a young guy. Let's look at Michael McLean. Fair relationship with Pivetta, average with yeah, I think we can go Michael McLean, I suppose. Go Palma. No, I guess we'll go McLean. All right. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but that's fine. Let's find a manager. Oh, some of these guys are amazing. Tim Grieve. Sign him to a 5-year contract. Get all these guys locked down. Christian Bell, 5-year contract. And let's just do it this way. Caputo. Here, this guy. He's outstanding, excellent. And I'm looking over here at development, mechanics, and handle aging. All right. So, development lab. All right. So the first thing I wanted to do was work on Royce Lewis's defense. From there, we don't have a ton of. Like I almost don't want to invest in Luciano because I'm not confident that we're going to see the improvement there. What if we look at some of our prospects? Anybody here that I am eager to Burdan? I can put. I'm going to use this first one as sort of a rotating defensive slot, so it'll be Lewis first, and I can put Burdan in there. All right, let's just look at our roster here. So Harrison, 75, 60, 50. What can we work on with him? Control. Let's work on his control again. Matos. Let's work on that batting eye. Plate discipline. Ortega could be valuable if we can get that bat improved. Even if you can just get on base more. So we'll go plate discipline again. All right, let's see what we can do with Marco here this offseason. I don't care about improving his defense at second base. I think we're going to have him locked in at first there. What's his plate discipline? His eye's a 60, so his eye is the one thing that's not really a concern. So let's look at quality of contact. It's going to be hard, but we'll see if we can make that work. And then anybody else, and nobody else on. Maybe Nolan Jones. This is a contact thing too, right? He's 55 out of 60. We have Nolan Jones maybe work on his power. Try it. It's hard. Maybe we'll get lucky. Then we got to do arbitration. Sorry, I had to send an email real quick. All All right, so we've got some expensive ARB numbers, but that was to be expected. Okay, so he wants 9 years. His first year wants 8.6. Is this his first year of arbitration? It is. Yeah, I'm not prepared to go long term with him yet. It's 8 million is his demand, or 8.6 is his demand. So let's give him 8.2. Oh shoot! Well, that's not good. All right, well, that would have been my first opportunity to get him locked down. Mason Miller wants 6.3. I don't know why he's unhappy, but shoot. Yeah, because we would have gotten a good fan interest bump for that too. All right. Well, it is what it is. He's going to go to arbitration, and he's probably going to win arbitration. And I wish I knew what he was asking for. Let's just offer him 8.4. Oh, I can't. Right, I can't. So let's offer him 9. See if we can get him to take that. Well, I guess it doesn't much matter. Just leave the arbitration number where it was. That's fine. Ali Sanchez at 1.2. Oh, wait. It's going to be 1.150. Manzardo 1.6. So 1.525. Otto Lopez. I'll get to Royce Lewis in a minute. I just want to get some of these cheaper ones submitted first. Matos wants 3.7. No, let's see if he can continue this first. Not to mention, if you do... oh, come on. Not to mention, if you if you get arbitration numbers every year, you'll get those fan interest bumps every year. All right, so I got to be careful here with Jones and Royce Lewis. I don't want them to... That's not a bad... It's too long. I'm not going to give him that many years, but will he take 5 and... He will. So 8, 12, 18, 19, 18. That's a 5-year, $77 million contract. I am good with that. And then we got Royce Lewis, who wants 10.5. How many years does he have left? This year and next. This year and next. And 10.5 is his ARB number for this year. If we go 5 years and make this 9 million, oops. Make this 22. Okay. I'll take that. It buys out his ARBs, 2 ARB years, and then gives him 3 years at about 60 million. 5 years, 93 million for Royce Lewis. Any of these guys we want to re-sign? Ired wants 15 million. We'll wish him well. Boyd wants 4 years at about 2 million a year, and then Pavetta wants 2 years at 5.4, which we can't afford right now. So, and then I do want to go in here and go to the player list, go to upcoming free agents, and just offer our minor league free agents contracts. We're going to lose Peraza and VR, and that's what it is. Yep. So Peraza is going to be gone. That's fine. There wasn't anybody here. Yeah, Bailey and Bart are both going to be free agents, and that's fine. I mean, we can always bring back Joey Bart. on a minor league contract if we need to or something in the offseason. Or maybe he signs a long-term deal. I don't know. Maybe he signs a contract with somebody else. All right, so we get a fan interest bump for Royce Lewis. We get a fan interest bump for Nolan Jones, for Mason Miller. Should get us close to 100, no? 91. All right. We're not going to have a lot of money in free agency this year because I am going to use some of that money for scouting and development. International amateurs. We got to make sure we run practice. Yeah, this is going to be the guy right here. Low financial ambition, 60 stamina, 95 potential stuff, 95, 60, 50, 65 with really 5 pitches that he can use. So the money's going to go into, because there wasn't a lot in free agency, so we win the Gold Glove, so that worked out perfectly. I mean, that's why we signed him, right? You see the AL Gold Gloves right here. NL, Trevino wins one, and he was the only one. But yeah, the goal is, unless there's an international guy that is just too hard to pass up, we're probably going to take the majority of our excess money and put it into scouting and development. So Mason Miller wins the reliever of the year. We replaced Camilo Doval with Mason Miller, and that worked out for us. 1.92 ERA and 40 saves. Platinum Stick, Silver Slugger, whatever you want to call it, in the American League: Rushman, Pasquantino, Holiday, Jaloff, Henderson, Carter, Rodriguez, Schwanel, and Tristan Cassius. In the NL: Cuero, Harper, Tovar, Mauricio, Shaw. He's really good. He's turned into a really good player in this playthrough. Yeah, really good. Dylan Cruz, Chorio, Acuna, and Ohtani. Rookie of the Year, Chase Meadroth in the American League. In the National League, Lonnie White Jr. We didn't have anybody on that list. Manager of the Year, Brandon Hyde in the AL, and Mike Schilt in the National League. Cy Young. There we go. We get the Cy Young Award winner in the National League, Kyle Harrison. I was hoping maybe he might be willing to talk again. We get 1 and 3 in the Cy Young Award. Logan Webb finishes third and the most valuable player. In the American League is Gunnar Henderson. Marcelo Meyer finishes second. And in the National League, Shohei. 265, 44 home runs, 126 RBIs. We had Harrison there. He was like 11th or 12th or something. All right, so we're going to go to arbitration, and we're going to lose on probably both of them. Who's this? That's fine. You want to go to the White Sox? Go to the White Sox. I'll replace you. All right, let's see how much we're going to owe Harrison in arbitration. So we went 4.1 on Matos rather than 3.7, and Harrison went to 10. I mean, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. All right, so he took that job with the White Sox. So we now have a hitting coach job open, and we'll give it to... Who will we give it to? Baina. All right, free agency. All right, before we look at anything, let's see what we have for money. $23 million. So yeah, if there isn't and we can bump this to 41, I think. If there isn't an international guy that is going to be a significant improvement for us, I may just put like $5 million into each scouting and development. That'll give us a little bit of money. So let's look at what's available. Oof. $24 million, high leader, loyalty, adaptability, work ethic. He's really good, but we don't really need pitch. I mean, I say we don't really need pitches. You always need pitching. But I would rather there be a really good bat. 27, that's 14 million. Meh. I mean, he's not terrible. The scouting report, I guess. And same thing with, Ramos is really good. He's 32. We can get a scouting report on him. Maybe the scouting report will change my mind. Yeah, because if we look at free agents, there's not a lot here. Dylan Cease. Only wants $8.5 million for 1 year. That might not be a bad option. Imagine bringing Dylan Cease in as our 5th starter. All right, so let's go in here and let's do this. Let's bump this to 21. Bump this to 29. So that leaves us with 14 and change this year, 19 and change for extensions. I would love to get this to 24 and 36, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Unless we just do it now and then just go, just not worry about the off season. So if we look at our lineup, and not a lot's changed really, right? I mean, clear our lineups. We have Trevino at catcher. We've got Luciano at first. We've got Royce Lewis at second. Ortega at short. Nolan Jones at third. Matos in left. Jung-Hoo Lee in center. Dylan Carlson in right. And Vlad at DH. I mean, Jung-Hoo Lee was bad. Really bad defensively last year. Nobody wants him. What if we retain? Just out of morbid curiosity. Pick up Noelvi Marte. If we want to retain all of it. Meh. Yes, not a lot of great players. I mean, I'm sure I could put something together if I really was inclined to move him, but I'm not really. I'm just looking to see if there was anything that was going to blow my mind. Is there a contract, though, that we want to move? Not really. Honestly, not really. And from a pitching perspective, we're pretty solid there. I think. He only wants the 1 year deal. All right. We bring Cease back 1 year at $7 million. Or not back, but in. Because I don't think there's anything we really want here from an offensive perspective. Sono wouldn't be bad. I mean, we'll see what the ratings say, but I don't know. He's got some power. He's got a good eye. If the contact ends up around 50 rather than 45, maybe we can talk to him. So let's sim ahead a bit. I would love to bring in Cease. We just lean into our pitching situation. All right, so we sign him as our hitting coach. International amateurs, international scouting, run practice. So our scouting on Flores is only going to be quote unquote strong when we get to. You know what? I need to go here. I'm gonna drop this down. No, because we have most of our scouting is into, yeah, that's fine. Most of our scouting is into amateur and international anyway. All right, let's go to Hall of Fame. All right, so Abreu, Jake Arrieta, no. Alex Avila, Carlos Beltran, yup. Bartolo, yup. King Felix. Gotta vote for Andrew Jones. It's his last season. Vote for Mauer. Vote for Pedroia. I'm not voting for Pettit. A-Rod. Seven-time All-Star. David Wright, I don't think. Well, I guess we do vote for Pettit. We got the room. Posey? The numbers aren't really there, but he was a really good catcher. MVP, Rookie of the Year, gold. We're going to vote for Posey just because we're running with the Giants, so we're going to vote for Buster Posey. Let's get to the winter meetings. We can bring in Cease for 1 year at $7 million. All right, so Royce Lewis gets better at second base. That's huge because the range was the issue, right? Like his fielding stats last year, he had a minus 3.4 zone rating. So hopefully the range will, the improvement in the range will fix that. Prospects. Berdan, have him work on his defense. Who do we have in AAA that needs to be part of the roster? Miller, I think. Serna, I think for now. That might be it. Ramos is... Anybody want him? No, nobody wants Helio Ramos. That's fine. How did Hartle end up doing? He's better. I mean, he got better. I mean, he'll start probably in high A ball again this season, but he's coming along. All right. We want to get to the winter meetings. And I'd love to bring in a big bat. Love to bring in just a big bat. Who's on the trade block? Nolan Arenado. It's only $15 million this year. That is a great, great, great contract. Exercises is 10-5. Okay, well, there you go. Marcus Semien is making a butt ton of money, and he's been a net negative for Texas the last 2 years. Duran and Doval are both on the trade block, huh? Interesting. Lopez at $21 million. I guess we got to figure out if Lopez at $21 million is going to give us twice the production out of Cease, and I'm going to guess the answer is no. Eddie, don't mind the idea of Mackenzie Gore. But you want one of my better players. His contract is up. Yeah, let's see what happens with Cease. I don't really want to go too much higher on him. Really, still no answer from Dylan Cease, huh? Favors the offer. 70 stuff, 55 movement, 45 control, good fastball, good slider. Basically missed all of the last 2 seasons, which is a thing. I mean, that's a concern. Oh, man, he's good. I can't afford that, but he's really good. Alcantara, Cease, Dunning, Fetty. I think we stick with Cease and hope that he comes around and all right. So it's time for the Rule 5, and I am going to. So that's going up. That's good. I'm not gonna cheese the system, but I'm gonna do kind of old reliable and see if we can't find a popular guy to call up, because we've got 13 pitchers. 14 would be Cease, and then so we do technically need a reliever or two. All right, so pitching potential. That's not what I wanted to look at, though. Pitching potential, customize, popularity. This guy is very popular. Who is he? Stevie Emmanuel. Might get us a slight bump. Ooh, I like this guy. Fastball, slider, changeup. I think we're going to take him instead. He's listed as a starter, so if you make him a reliever, that stuff probably goes to 75 or 80. I think we're going to take Emmanuel's too. We lose Landon Roop. Oh, we didn't get notification, so that means we can probably dump him. That's fine. Oh, well. Nope. All right, so let's go ahead and complete the draft. I think we can just come in here and just go ahead and release, send him back. Yeah, it went to a 75. 3 just nasty, nasty pitches. All right. Pitching ratings, all pitchers. Aird wants just too much money. I can't bring him back at that kind of money. Like, what are you doing, man? You were good last year, but I'm not giving you $15 million or whatever it is you're asking for. Don't be dumb. Gonsolin. Clark Schmidt. We'll hold off. Stevenson might not be a bad pickup on a 1-year contract. Cubs. What if I give you 6 this year, 8 next year? I can't give you 6. Give you 5, 7? No. Shoot. Okay. That would have been a nice pickup for sure. What about Fairbanks? The Cardinals made him an offer. Braxton Garrett. Yeah, meh. About from a batting perspective. Customize, popularity. All right. Yeah, there's some players here that are extremely popular. What if we added the demand. Demand and free agent type. Gary Sanchez is extremely popular, but he's selfish. That's not going to help me. Salvador Perez. Do we bring it? I mean, he can't really play. He's not really a catcher anymore. I kind of want to bring Joey Bart back after all that. Castellanos. Just offer him a major league contract at 1.5. All right. Yeah, I was hoping maybe I could get a popular player and bump that fan interest. Hoping to get that fan interest up to 95 or 96, and then get a budget increase when we get to the beginning of the season. All right, so we get a small fan interest bump with Dylan Cease. By small, it means 1 point. But this number is going up, which is the good thing. So we pick up Dylan Cease. So we'll have a couple of options when the season ends. We've got a couple of pitchers that are going to, what does he want as an extension? Yeah, I mean, Canning wants, 13? That's gone up. So we'll have to make a decision here, but I'm okay with that. Of pitching perspective, we definitely need a righty in our bullpen, but I don't know that we've got the money to do so. What if we look at the trade block again? Anybody popular on the trade block that we can afford? Bring back Doval. Faedo. So righty. What if we asked you to retain like 60%? Okay. San Francisco can't afford it. Oops, went the wrong way. Okay, so that's not going to work. That's fine. Faedo gives us a right-hander. His ratings don't look terrible. Not giving up any of those players for him, but those numbers don't look terrible. I don't want to give up most of those players. Luciano's popularity. He's insignificant. I mean, I hate to trade him. He's one of our few young players. Obviously, we got Harrison, Matos. We got a couple others, but what would it take? That doesn't really change anything, putting all these prospects in there. All right, well, that's not going to work. Let's just get to next month. So it's a bit of a slow offseason, which is fine. I mean, not every offseason needs to have a blockbuster, so to speak. International scouting, run practice. All right, so Flores is going to be strong, but we're gonna have to offer him a lot of money, I think, which is okay. So that's at 8.1. I don't know that that's going to be enough to get us a budget increase, but maybe now that we're into the next season. Wow, that's a huge contract. Good for you. Go get yours, man. 3 years at $18 million for Aird. Peralta has a 5-year, $16 million contract. Pitching ratings. Save that view. And Eric Lowry's a lefty, though, so that doesn't really help. And none of these players are really going to make a huge difference there. So I'm not feeling all that obligated. $20 million a year from the Reds. Go ahead, man. All right, let's just get up to international free agents. I think this will be where we end things. Hopefully we get a good message from our owner. 5 years, $44 million for Peralta. That's a pretty good deal. No improvement from Berdan defensively. That's a bit of a shame. But we can go back into the development lab. We got on track, frustrated. Matos is excelling. Caminiti. I'd rather have him work on his hitting. Can't. All right, can't really do anything other than work on defense. Right, that's the defense spot. Saint, work on his defense in center field. See if we can get an improvement there. And then international amateurs. All right, international amateurs. We have 4.75, and I think we just go right after Jesus Flores. I'm just going to offer him the 4.75. We're going to go old school with this offer here. What? Oh, come on, man. Front office, player development, 4.750. Do I not have? All right, there. Just making the offer. Let's see if we get him. And this is the big click right here. He dropped our scouting, dropped our development budget. Come on, man. We get a fan. That's not good. Pivetta and Aird. So we dropped from a 92 to a 90. That's fine. He did drop our scouting and development. And Flores is going to sign with somebody else. Shoot. All right. We can't sign Jesus Flores. What about Smiley? All right, we got him. Yeah, Miami signed Flores to a $5.7 million deal. I mean, we could have traded for some IAFA money, but whatever. All right, so we get the silver medal here in Edgar Yannis, 16-year-old, 6'2", 280 pounds, extreme ground ball pitcher, 3 really good pitches. So that's that. We are going to have to start to think about what we want to do financially, because the hope – at this point, I'm hoping Jung-Hoo Lee opts out of his contract after this season. Means we'll have to figure out a plan in center field, but yeah, we got Lewis and Jones locked up to reasonable contracts. Luzardo this year and next year. Harrison, yeah, I mean, we've got our core. Webb is only through the end of next year, so we are going to have to make some decisions here soon, and I think the first decision we're going to make is with Jung-Hoo Lee. So the question will be, what sort of deal can I get for Jung-Hoo? That may be something I kind of mess with here in the regular season, or in the leading up to opening day, which is kind of where I'm going to go. So I'm going to sim now up to opening day, and we'll get season 4 underway. So the question is going to be, what do we do with Jung-Hoo Lee? So, yeah, that's where we are with it, guys. That's where we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it with that question, what do we do with Jung-Hoo Lee? And when we come back, it will be opening day. So thank you so much for watching. As always, thanks for the support, guys. I'll talk to everybody soon. Take care. Bye-bye.